Hello everyone, I'm Astronomy, aka Ash Cox, and my pronouns are she, they. I am a disabled, queer, working class theatre maker, facilitator, producer, and access consultant. I am also a massive space geek. So, a bit about me. I started my degree in 2008 and was unable to complete it until 2016 because of the lack of support. By the time I emerged into the industry, I was too old to be an emerging artist, too sick for standard opportunities, and I didn't feel disabled enough to apply for disabled artist opportunities. So I found my calling supporting audiences and artists. For years, I worked full-time for arts organisations in Greater Manchester in visitor experience, audience development, digital engagement, access, facilitation, and producing. Last winter, due to reasonable adjustments in the workplace being unsuccessful and considering the advice of health professionals, my working full-time had to end and I had to reevaluate my entire career. So access and activism have always been a huge part of my personal and professional identity when supporting others. But I struggled to accept my own disability and I avoided the truth about the barriers that I'd been facing. I'd been hiding behind a facade. When I was let go from work, I went through all of the emotions: denial, anger, sadness, depression. The most overwhelming emotion for me was feeling like a failure. After chatting honestly with industry friends, this thought occurred: am I a failure or am I being failed? I posted this on my socials and I got an overwhelming response. This industry, like society in general, is not designed for disabled people. Instead of me being fearful of losing my career because I'm ill, you, the collective you, the industry, should be fearful of losing me because you're ill-equipped. I also realised I'd allowed myself to be exploited in this industry and I needed to unpick years of trauma response, internalised ableism and imposter syndrome. It got me wondering how many other disabled, chronically ill, neurodiverse people feel like they're a failure when it's actually societal barriers. Damaging disabled rhetoric and stereotyping, especially in arts and media, lack of representation, failing healthcare, education and welfare systems, outdated policies, capitalism, recovery narratives, ignorance and negative attitudes. The list is endless. We live in a world where worth is measured by productivity. Then an opportunity popped up and it couldn't have come at a better time. In February 2023, I was one of 9 disabled artists to be awarded a micro commission from the collaborative touring network Unlimited and the Old Courts in association with the incredible Tourette's Hero. For years, I had the idea that I wanted to create a piece of work which explores my own lived experience of invisible illness or hidden disability through space science and science fiction. But there were so many barriers. What Unlimited and its partners were offering is something that I wasn't aware was available to me. Proper access provisions and support to produce something sustainable that was led by care. Through this micro commission, I began to explore my lived experience of chronic illness, internalized ableism, and societal barriers through science fiction. I use sci-fi as a vehicle because it's amazing, and also because it places humans under imaginary pressures using speculative fiction. Those with invisible or hidden disabilities are often disbelieved. You don't look sick. So I'm making the invisible visible. Sci-fi becomes sci-fact. Space Chronicles Work in Progress is a 14-minute cabaret-esque contemporary theatre piece focusing on movement, text and sound, including integrated audio description. During the next phase of research and development, supported by Grey Eye and the Octagon Theatre, I will be exploring integrated captioning, integrated creative captioning, further developing the integrated audio description, looking at accessible sonography, relaxed performance provisions, and a hybrid live and digital offer. Everyone I work with, artists, creatives, consultants, and audiences, are encouraged to explore and understand what barriers they face and their own access requirements. I'm interested in the intersection of live performance, science, and access, and how provisions can be integrated creatively from the beginning processes to enrich how people experience making and interacting with art. It's fracking hard emotionally and physically. So, with that in mind, I believe that knowledge is power. So, to the non-disabled people watching this, a few reminders. A survey by Unlimited found that 87% of disabled people in the cultural sector had been asked to do something for nothing. So, hire EDI consultants with intersectional identities and lived experience, program more disabled-led work, recognise and respect our value, learn and apply the social model of disability, utilise access riders, embed access into your process, pay us, hire access consultants with lived experience, like me, who understand a lot of the complexities and nuances. Remember, it's better to try and get it wrong than not try at all. So, a free starter pack for anyone who needs it, with just a few of the incredible artists and organisations centering access and supporting disabled artists and audiences. A full easy read transcript of this presentation with image descriptions and links will be available after this showcase, so just pop me a message and I'll send it to you. That's me, Astronomy, taking space for the queer, disabled, working class creative beings. Join my mission. Thank you so much for listening. Live long and prosper.